Good morning. How is everyone? Or good evening if you're doing this on the replay. Today, for your practice, you are going to need a strap. If you don't have one, a t-shirt works, anything, towel, water, a block. You don't have to have a block, but I'd like to encourage you to grab a cushion or something so when we're seated, you can prop those hips up. It'll help you get a really nice line from hip to here. And I wanted to go over, because I had a couple questions last time on, like when I say engage your core, tighten your core, use those abdominals, the glutes, all of that. So let's see, I'm kind of short, so I'm gonna go above my tippy toes. So all of this is the core. And when I say engage your core, it's like you're tightening so that it doesn't get hurt if you get like punched. You know how you like flinch and you clench those muscles? So you're clenching it in. It almost feels like your navel is being drawn into the back of your spine. And then with the glutes, tightening the glutes, it's just basically clenching them. You're almost always going to be engaging those thighs, especially when we're in Tadasana, standing nice and tall. To begin today's practice, we're going to start on our backs. You're going to prop those knees up and then butterfly them out. The soles of the feet are going to be touching. And I just want you to start to notice the breath. Goes in through the nose, it fills the belly, and then it travels back out again. You can shut your eyes and just noticing that breath as it comes in and out. During this practice, I'm going to ask you to lengthen those inhales and exhales. In doing so, it's going to provide you a little bit more space in all of the poses. It's also going to keep that heart rate under control. And it really also helps with balancing poses, those long breaths. Instead of like a panicked breath, you tend to move your body more when you're breathing heavier. But with a slow breath, you're going to be able to hold things longer and with more stillness. Long breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale, take those arms overhead, palms up, eyes are still shut, stretching out that belly, stretching out those hips. Several breaths here. This is a variation of a pose called Supta Baddha Konasana. It's a beautiful pose to start a practice with. It's also really good to use in the morning when you're stretching before you get out of bed. Inhale through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Hug those knees into your chest and give that spine a rock. Maybe like a little circle. Good. Then I want you to let those feet come down to the mat. You're going to let the knees fall over to your right side. You're going to open up your arms like a T. This is just a gentle twist on the lower spine. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, prop those knees up, and then just move them over to the left side of your body. You can leave those arms out like a T. Gentle twist on the other side. Slow breaths in and out. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Go ahead and hug those knees back into the chest. Give that spine a little rock. Then you're going to roll to a seated position. Take your time getting there. This is where I'd like you to grab a pillow or a block to sit up on. I'll put mine here so that you guys can see me. It'll just kind of boost your hips up. Then you'll want you to cross those legs. Hands are going to be on the knees. I'm going to go ahead and put my hair up. Eyes shut. And just breathing those long inhales and exhales here. I want you to check in with your body. What do you need from today's practice? And we're going to set an intention for today. It can be a word that you're coming back to over and over again. It could be a quote, it could be a feeling, it could be a person that you love. But an intention is something that we're doing in the immediate moment. It's not a future-based goal. So that it provides your yoga practice with purpose while you're doing it. You're doing each pose on purpose because you're coming back to that intention. You're infusing these poses with your purpose. Hands on the knees, long breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. Take that chin down to the chest. Smooth breaths in and out. You should feel a light stretch on the back of the neck. Go ahead and take that gaze up. Tilt that chin up to the sky. Take the arms overhead. You're going to interlace the fingertips. Really press to the ceiling. You're going to give your back a slight arch. Our spines are naturally curvaceous, so they love when we do stretches like this. Come back to center. We're going to come over to the side. Nice and long. No crunching. Inhale. And exhale. Taking it over to the other side. Good. One more on each side. Last time. Good. Big shoulder rolls back. Shoulders should come up, back, and then down. Up, back, down. Almost like you had wings. You're fluttering them back. Good. And then forward. Reverse that. Good. Let's windshield wiper our arms. Getting those joints all nice and lubricated and warm. Good. Shaking it all out. Go ahead and clear anything that's on your mat off. We're going to come to all fours. What I'd like you to do for this, we're going to go into cat-cow, is you're going to stack your hips right over those knees. And then those wrists are going to be right underneath those shoulders. You're going to externally rotate the hands out just a little bit. Fingertips are nice and wide. On the inhale, you're going to drop that belly, lift that chin. On the exhale, pushing all the air out around that spine. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Two more. Inhale. And out. Last one. In. And out. Good. Nice neutral spine. You're going to walk those hands forward. You're going to start to drop that chest, the chin, and the forehead all the way down to the mat. Keep those hips up. This will look a lot like you're bowing down. This is puppy pose. Inhale. And exhale. Two more breaths here. Last one. Good. Walk those hands back. Stack those wrists right underneath the elbows or the shoulders. On the inhale, you're going to tuck those toes. On the exhale, we're going to go into our first downward facing dog. I want you to keep the knees soft. Engage that core that we talked about. Your thighs are going to be clenched as you do this, but keep those knees slightly bent and immediately start to pedal out those feet. Good. Go ahead and stay right here. Downward facing dog. Two long, deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last one in. And out. Take your knees all the way down to the mat. They're going to go wide so that they're hugging the edges of the mat. Your big toes are going to touch behind you. You're going to sink back on those towards those heels. Really push that butt towards the back of your mat. Reaching the fingertips forward, we're going down into child's pose. And child's pose is your resting pose. If you ever need to take a break during this practice, fall into child's pose and just listen along. Long breaths in and out here. Two more. Last one. Good. Coming back to all fours. You're going to tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Look towards the top of your mat. You're going to walk. Just take baby steps towards your wrists. As you come up, coming up on those fingertips, and then slow roll all the way to a stand. Stacking those vertebrae one at a time. Shoulders come last, up, back, down. Good, shake it all out. From here, I want you to swing those arms up overhead. You're going to interlace those fingertips and arch that back. Just slightly, not too much. Good. Coming center, you're going to take those hands all the way down to those thighs. We're going to forward fold, but make it slow. Put a slight arch in that back. You're going to push the butt back. As you fold, knees are soft, slightly bent. As we get to about here, you're going to catch the back of your calves and pull gently. Good. From here, go ahead and catch opposite elbows and just hang like a rag doll. Give a gentle sway in the body. Still warming up that back. And then again, release those hands to the mat. Slow roll to a stand. Shaking it all out. Standing nice and tall in Tadasana. Let's go ahead and take a little step towards the top of the mat. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Standing nice and tall, chin is straight. Inhale, swing those arms up. On the exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, coming up on those fingertips. On the exhale, you're going to place the palms down and you're going to step back to a plank. We're going to hold here for 2 breaths. Inhale. You can always take your knees down if you need to. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Hugging those elbows into the sides. Lower all the way to your belly. Untuck those toes. Take the cheek to the mat and give those hips a rock back and forth. Long breath in and out. Inhale, coming all the way up, upward facing dog, full belly off of the mat. On the exhale, tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Two breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Pour all the weight into that left foot. You're going to take the right foot straight up to the sky. We're not going to open up the hip this time, just straight up. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, in and out, taking that foot down. Two breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Take those knees to the mat. They're going to go wide. Press back to a child's pose. Nice and smooth. Inhale, coming back to all fours. On the exhale, tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Pouring all the weight into your right foot. Take that left leg straight up to the sky. Keep those hips square to the front. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Taking that foot all the way down to the mat. 1 breath here. And then baby steps, top of the mat. Rolling to a stand. Shaking it all out. I'm going to do that same thing, but a little bit faster. I'm going to be doing this to the breath. It's called a vinyasa. Nice and tall. Inhale, swing those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen that spine. On the exhale, step it back to a plank. 2 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Pull it all the way back to a downward facing dog. Good. It's going to be slight variations. If you've been doing these classes with me, there's a few changes going to be happening to the sequence. 1 more breath here. Roll it forward to plank. 2 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Back to downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Baby steps, top of the mat. Roll to a stand. Shake it all out. Quick break, grab water or coffee, beverage of choice. Coming back, standing nice and tall in Tadasana. You're going to take that right foot back. All of your toes are going to be pointed to the front of your mat. Once you find a balance, standing like this, you're going to bend both of those knees, take the arms up. This is a high lunge. 3 of your own breaths. Inhale, straighten both those legs, opening up to the side. Widen that stance just a little bit. And again, find that balance. Rebend that front knee. Your gaze is over your front fingertips. Both arms are parallel to the floor, and your weight is in between those 2 legs. You're not pitching forward. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, straighten that front leg, flip that palm, and take it all the way back. Good. Arms are going to swing out wide. You're going to rock that hip to the back of the mat, reaching towards the front of the mat as you pivot to triangle. And with triangle, because I've seen this a lot, there's a lot of crunching. Open this up. You don't have to be all the way down here. You can just be here, but open this up. Have your shoulder coming up to the sky. Good. Inhale, swing those arms, rebend that front knee. Your hand is now going to come to your thigh, your shin are all the way down to the floor. Good. Look down at that foot. I want you to take your hands so that they're framing that foot. You're going to pop that back heel up. So you're kind of in like a runner's lunge right here. Placing both palms on the mat. You're going to take that left foot all the way back into a plank. Take your time getting there. Good. How are we doing?
downward facing dog. Baby steps, top of the mat. Roll to a stand. Shake it all out. Standing nice and tall. You're gonna bend both knees, swinging those arms up. This is where I really want you to tighten up that core, the glutes, the thighs, all of it. Chair pose. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And out. Inhale, straighten those legs. Shake it all out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Taking that left foot back. All of your toes are pointed forward. Find a balance. And then bend both those knees. Arms come up. High lunge. Good. One more breath here. Inhale, straighten those legs, opening it up, widen that stance just a little bit. Woo, sliding. Back up. Rebend that front knee, gaze over those front fingertips. Again, your weight is squared right in between the legs. You're not pitching it forward. Good. One more breath here. Inhale, straighten that front leg, flip that palm and take it back. Inhale, arm swing, hip rocks to the back of the mat, reaching for the front of the mat, pivoting to triangle on this side. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale, arm swing, rebend that front knee, arm swing again to thigh, shin, all the way down to the floor. Look down at that right foot. You're going to frame it with those hands, pop that back heel up. You're in a low runner's lunge. You're going to take that right foot all the way back into a plank, holding it for 2 breaths. And downward facing dog. Baby steps, top of the mat. And you're going to roll to a stand. Shake it all out. Nice and tall, Janasana. Bend both those knees, swing those arms up. Chair pose. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, straighten those legs. Shake it all out. Quick break. You engage your core. Does it feel like you're holding in your bladder? Oh, okay. So like you're trying not to pee, right? Yeah. I mean, it's similar. That's a little bit lower. Those muscles there are a little bit lower when you're clenching that. It's higher. It's like it's right. Like if I could put my hands on your stomach right here, when you clenched it, I'd be able to feel it. So slow down, Wendy. Let's all do this together. Place your hands right here. And then press in just gently, right where those hip bones are, like right above them. And then tighten everything up. And you're going to feel, as you come in closer and closer, that muscle that's all right here. That's all core right here. And with the glutes,
I mean, it's really just clenching your body muscles. But yeah, it's that's a little bit too low. I mean, you are tightening everything up down there, and that will actually help you improve your pelvic floor by clenching that muscle too, but that's a little bit different. You'll feel it if you, as you come in and you play with clenching those different muscles. Women, we tend to lose a lot of our core strength, mostly because we have babies, and we tend to get a lot more body fat right around here. So the muscles get looser, they get pushed out sometimes they actually like separate. So working on the core is super important in yoga. It's like, I don't want to say it's the most important thing, because finding space and peace of mind is what yoga is really about. But strengthening the body, lengthening the body, super important. So yeah, work on that. All right, we're going to stand nice and tall. I'm going to face you because we're going to go into our balancing series. I'm going to start with tree. So I think most of us are at the calf. If you can come up higher, you absolutely can come all the way up to the upper inner thigh. Hands are going to be at heart center. Spot something in the room that's not moving, and then take those arms up. 5 of your own breaths. And this is the place where tightening up that core and the glutes and those smooth breaths in and out are going to help you hold it steady. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Other leg comes up. Hands to heart center. Spot something that's not moving. 5 of your own breaths. Good. Shake it all out. Warrior 3. Warrior 3, you're going to tap that right toe back. I'm going to do this long ways just because it's easier to show you this way. Hands on the hips. I've been finding that hands on the hips is a good balance, but if it's not, you can put your hands in front of you or even out like wings. From here, you're just going to hinge forward. And if you can only come to here, that's fine. But ideally, you're hinging so that you're like Superman. And slowly coming up. Does help to point the toes. Again, engaging all of this and slow breathing will help hold that balance. Left toe taps back. Hinging at that hip. And slowly coming to stand. Good. Grab that strap and go ahead and take a seat on your mat. Your left leg can either be flat all the way on the mat, or you can prop that knee up. But you're going to take the strap and you're going to catch the ball of your right foot. And you're going to slowly roll onto your back. On the inhale, you're going to press that foot into the ceiling. On the exhale, you're going to pull that leg back gently. Don't overdo it. Just stretching it out. And smooth breaths in and out, long and slow. Good. Straightening that leg, take that tension off. Take both straps in that right hand. You're going to open up the hip to the side. Ooh, mine just sounded like bubble wrap. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take that foot right back up. You're going to exchange it with the left. Left ball of the foot
into the strap. Right leg extends down, and again, the right leg can extend all the way flat, or you can prop it up if that's a little too much strain on your back. On the inhale, press that foot into the sky. On the exhale, pull it back. Good. Straightening out that leg, take both straps into that left hand, opening up the hip to the side. Inhale, taking that leg all the way back up. Join it with your right foot. Both balls and feet are now in the strap, pressing into the ceiling, and then gently pull those legs back. Good. Then both knees. Go ahead and remove the strap. Put it off to the side and hug those knees into your chest. Give the full spinal rock back and forth. Let the soles of the feet come all the way down to the mat. Butterfly those knees out. Hands come to the belly. Just breathing here. Come back to that intention you set. Good. Hug those knees back into the chest. You're going to rock to a seated position. From here, we're going to spin over onto our hands and knees, all fours, facing the back of your mat now. Nice long breath in. On the exhale, tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. We're going to be setting up for pigeon. Inhale, take that right leg to the sky, bend that knee, swing that leg through, the ankle crosses to that left hip crease, extend those left toes, flatten them out, long leg in the back, up on those fingertips, and then forward fold. Five more breaths here. Last one, inhale and exhale. Making your way up on those fingertips. You're gonna untuck those back toes, lift that leg up, and then swing that right leg all the way up and down. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Good. Take that left leg to the sky. Knee bends. You're going to swing that leg through the ankle crosses to that right hip. You're going to untuck those right toes. Nice long right leg. Really nice and tall in those fingertips. And then just forward fold. Five more breaths here. Come up nice and tall on those fingertips. Untuck that back leg. Swing that left leg all the way up and down. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Take those knees to the mat. They're going to go wide. Big toes touch. Press it back to a child's pose. Two more breaths here. Inhale, coming back to all fours. You're gonna go ahead and have a seat. You're gonna flip back over onto your back. Now you're facing the front of your mat again. And slowly roll all the way onto your back. Leaving that left leg long, go ahead and hug that right knee into your chest. Draw that knee across the body. And then take that right arm and open it up like a wing. Smooth breaths. You can shut the eyes. Go ahead and hug both of those knees into the chest. Give that spine a little rock. Extend that right leg all the way down to the mat. You're going to draw that left knee across the body. You're going to open up that left arm like a wing. Hug both those knees in the chest. Give them a last little squeeze. Good. Let the soles of the feet come down to the mat first. The palms come up. Go ahead and lift your head just a little bit off the mat so that your neck is nice and long and not crunched and not looking up. And then extend those ankles to the corners of the mat. Eyes are shut. Release any tension you've got in that lower back, the knees, the shoulders, the jaw. And just let the floor support you for the next few moments. And when it's time, I will call you out of it. Slowly coming back. Moving those fingers and toes. The wrists and ankles. Take those arms overhead. Big good morning stretch. And leaving that right arm up. Gonna curl onto your right side, cushioning your head with that arm. And then make your way to a seated position. Legs crossed, hands on the knees. Go ahead and shut your eyes, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to take 3 breaths together in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale. Again. Last one. And let the eyes flutter open. I hope this practice betters your day. I hope to see you again the next class. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help. You know that I think that yoga is good for every single person, every age, every body type, every shape. It's good for everyone. So if you have friends that could use this, please bring them along. Drink your water, get your sleep. Namaste.